All right, Hans Themistode, FightHype.com, here with Michael Hunter. How you feeling tonight, man?
Good, good. Good show. You know, we got a lot of little fight celebrities in here, so we having a good time.
I had no idea that you were actually that close with Gio and Harry. How long have you guys been close, man?
It's been a few years. We've been tight. He's been coming to me with pretty much every training camp that I was getting ready for a fight for the last couple of years, you know, so he was with me with the Triller fight back in, I forgot what year it was, but last 2019, 2000, you know. So we've been real close, man. We've been close ever since the moment we clicked. So
How good is Gio, man?
bro, he's as far as the specimen of an athlete, like he's strong, he's fast. You know what I'm saying? He has everything. His main thing is his own fighting himself. You know what I'm saying? But he could be a world champion easily. You know what I'm saying? He has all the natural abilities. You know, other than that, you need to sharpen the tools and you know, continue to concentrate the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? If you get that, then you know it's all downhill.
Gotcha. Gotta ask you, man. Ever since you took the loss to Alexander Usyk, you haven't lost since, man. But unfortunately and weirdly enough, we haven't really seen you in like the really big fights or anything like that. Why exactly do you think that?
You know, when fighters like myself in these careers, when you a high commodity in the amateurs, and you don't really get that big break like you should be, then you have a long circuitous route. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, I just, you know, fell into that one of those situations where I'm a high risk, you know, low reward, and it's not necessarily a low reward, but it's a higher risk. You know what I'm saying? Than the award. So, and I'm always going to be in that position because I'm a great fighter. So, you know, I've been trying to stay active, try to stay busy, but you know how the game goes, busy. I mean, the company and the industry is it's not an easy one to deal with. So.
For sure. Gotta get your thoughts on the whole December 23rd card, which is gonna be outrageous.
Yeah, I just came short on that.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be on that card fighting that night.
Do you know who you were supposed to be fighting that night?
No, they had a couple of different opponents. I was actually the original opponent was Martin Bacoli. They supposedly like Martin Bacoli out there. And he performed well in his last outing over there, and he only got one defeat. So, you know, they called the man to, you know, tune him up and fix him up, but you know they always denying it, and you know they don't want that work. So, but eventually, if he wants the top success, he's going to definitely have to come through me, and that's no way around it.
For sure, man. What do you think about Wallin against Joshua, man? How do you see that fight playing out?
I like that fight. I think that fight is a very interesting fight, along with the Anthony Joshua Parker fight. I think both of those fights are good fights for boxing. I think those are good boxing fights. I think that we only are getting this because of Saudi Arabia, so shout out my hats to them, because these type of fights really don't get down like that. You know, they always try to use, you know, pick an A side and a B side. It's always like, you know, somebody having to do a little bit more than they have to. So I think that these are good opportunities for both of these guys who are very seasoned in their career and been looking for fights like this. So for them to get the opportunity, I think it's a great opportunity for them. I think it's going to be an interesting fight for both fighters.
If there was anybody you had to lean towards in that fight, though, who would you go with, man?
Oh, man.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, it's really. I've been going back and forth in my own head. I've been trying to calculate. I like just calculating the fights. I don't really bet on them, but I calculated and bet on them on my own head to say, you know, who's going to win or not. That's something I've always done. I think that Joshua-Wallin's going to give him the problem for a little bit, but I think I think Joshua's going to come through a little bit. I think he's going to use his will, and I think he's going to in his strength, and I think that's going to be the breaking point.
Gotcha. I mean, look, you were one of the very few guys that gave Usyk a tough time in the ring, man. Usyk is obviously undefeated still, unified heavyweight champ. He's taking on the big guy, Tyson Fury. You would know better than most, man. Like, who do you see winning that? Would it be Tyson and how big he is, or would it be Usyk and how slithery he is?
No, I think there's a couple of components. Like, I think the worst. You good? You good? Yeah, the worst style for Tyson Fury is what Usyk is, and that's a smaller type of heavyweight who moves a lot, and he throws great punches. You know what I'm saying? Different angles and stuff like that. So I think that that's a bad matchup for him. But I do think that because Usyk has a very big height advantage to overcome, and I think that that's going to be another interesting fight. It's going to be a hard one to pick, but I think Usyk's going to win on the feet. I think that if Usyk was a bigger puncher, then I think that I would give it to Usyk. But since he's not as big of a puncher, I think that Tyson Fury has enough, mass and enough energy to kind of weather the storm, or to kind of bring it all the way home to the 12th round and maybe win off a decision. I think it's going to be a split decision for sure.
So you're not really putting any stock into the whole Tyson Fury look bad against Ngannou. You're not putting no stock into that.
No. I mean, well, he's behind no matter what. Usyk looked at him, he's seen him. He was excited about what he's seen.
Yeah.
And you seen him, he challenged him. What happened? What's up? Let's fight. And they obviously pushed the fight back. He wasn't in shape, and he has enough time to get in shape. He has plenty enough time to get in shape, but yeah, I think they gave him still enough time to get in shape and to do what he wants to do. I think it's going to be very close, but I think Usyk may edge it out maybe by 1 round.
What do you think about Ngannou as a fighter, man? Were you impressed with him, or you just like, lucky night?
Well, I was impressed with him because he's a fighter, maybe not a boxer, but you can tell he's definitely a fighter. He had the corner and the game plan was picture perfect because of his skill and his fluidity. He's not as fluid. He's a little bit more rigid. So for them to take the tactic and the game plan that they did, I think he just should have jumped a little bit more in those last rounds, and they would have gave it to him. I think that he lost Tyson Fury lost the story. There's 2 parts of the fight. There's the story of the fight, and then there's the technical part of the fight. I think that he lost the story of the fight, but he won the technical part. He edged it out just a little bit, but fans. They see the story of the fight for the most part, and when you get more seasoned and detailed, you end up, you can see where the points and how tedious that is. So I think that it was a good opportunity for Francis Ngannou.
Got you. Just my last question, man. Is there anybody in particular that you want to match up with, just to kind of put your name back into the mix and show everybody, hey, I'm still here. I'm still one of those guys.
The only person I would say would be Usyk. I mean, anybody else in the top 10 for sure. To put what you saying, to put my name like that. But as far as competitiveness and try to compete at my highest possibility, the only person I see would be Usyk. Other than that, any of the top 10, Joseph Parker, Jojo, any of these guys, I need to just be in the ring and be active. I don't really think it depends on the opponent. I think it just depends on me being active, and let the rest will just fall in place.
Gotcha. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, bro.